Hey guys, welcome back to my Anime Heroes Customs. For this week's release I'm making a character that I haven't seen its anime yet even if it was back in 2004. Mugen from Samurai Champloo. Making a character that I am not familiar with is quite hard but I love the challenge. Hope you guys enjoy. He'll be the 96th commission project. Also I am relaunching my Patreon page if you guys want to support me in this channel. Hope you guys can check it out. Link in description box below.
Hey guys, we're back. Let's look at the materials. I'm using an SHF Bodycon Takare Hito and Hanshi Arts 3D printed head sculpt. I'm using this body again because I really like the abs, the upper torso, and the overall proportions of this bodycon, so we're using that for Mugen. And I have two pieces of this 3D printed head sculpt from Hanshi Arts. This is the photos that my client sent to me, so we're gonna copy that later, and these look good. It's a different colored resin material, but I think that's not a problem. Let's look at the size and scale. These look perfect on the body. I really like the proportions right now. And let's start. As usual, our first step for the head sculpt is to spray a primer gray so we can see the details of the heads. And for the body, I will spray a flat, clear Bosnie spray paint to give extra sturdiness to the body. Results of the spray painted primer gray head sculpts. We do have a lot of excess plastic and resin to clean up, so we'll just use our hobby knife or sandpaper to get those out. But I'm looking at the one of the head sculpts and it has a line across the face, and we can fix that by using this Tamiya putty to add a little bit of filling into those gaps in the line, or we can just sand it down to make it flat. So either or, we'll do that. The body is now dry from its flat clear spray paint. Now let's make some clothing. First up is making shorts. I'm using this template on the right, and I'm using a dark gray spandex fabric. And I sew two pieces of this fabric together and flip it over and fit it into the body. And I think it fits well. I really like the fit, but I just need to cut off the ends of the shorts to make it a little bit shorter. But besides that, everything looks good. Up next is making his top. So I'm using this template on the right, and I'm using this light gray fabric with a little bit of texture on its threading. I really like it because it seems worn out and it looks good for Mugen. So I'm using this to make a top t-shirt for him. All we need to do for this design is to make sure that the sleeves are short and make a cut into his v-neck line and design. He has a design of X marks in front of the shirt, and that will be it. The last of the clothing that we will need is a red kimono top or a red top jacket for Mugen. I'm using this template on the right and a red maroon fabric. The only unique design about this is his sleeves will be a bell sleeve. It's bigger, so I made that shape. And once you flip it over and cut the middle, it will be an open kimono. And I made the sleeves a little bit bigger to accommodate the shirt inside, and I think everything looks good. I just need to hem my edges and clean up my measurements. I might add a wire into that opening so that the red kimono will be posable. Make the bell sleeves a little bit shorter so that it has the appropriate anime look. Up next is his feet. I'm gonna make some Japanese wooden slippers called Geta for Mugen. So I'm using this black cincha board that is about 1 millimeter thick. So I'm gonna make some squares and glue it onto the feet so that we can make those wooden slippers. Here's the finished results of those Japanese wooden slippers. These are just a very straightforward build, just squares of this cincha board and cut and glue them all together. Up next for this one, it'll be just paint, and then we will just make some black details for the straps. Mugen is using a unique holder for his sword and sheath. So this is a mustard fabric, and that mustard fabric has a triangle design. So instead of cutting fabric for it, I'm using this green ballpoint pen. I'm gonna draw the triangles and let them fully dry overnight. For the sword that he's using, I'm using an SHF Bodycoon sword, but I just needed to reshape and resculpt the handguard using epoxy sculpt. This will be a new technique to make sword sheaths, so I'm using paper straws to make them, so it's already in a cylindrical form and they're pretty much ready for paint, so it's easier to cut into shape, and at least the sword will be easier to pull in and to pull out. Before finalizing everything, I added these wrist and ankle details for Mugen, so I just painted these blue rings on. And for the clothing, this is the top clothing, and added the v-neck and added these X details for the front top. And for the shorts, there's just this red marks at the bottom of the shorts. And for the red kimono at the back, he has this triangle mark. I think this represents his symbol. Fast forward with the accessories, the sword and the sheath is now painted. For the sheath, I painted it maroon, and look, it looks much better than all my other sheaths. And then for the sword, it's just painted white and gold. And together with the mustard sash with green triangles, I'll put this all together and show you the final look later. Taking a quick look at the head sculpt before we end everything, I painted its skin tone, matched it with the body, painted the hair black, and colored the eye base white. And then I'm just gonna look at the photos that the client sent to me and detail this up according to his request. Mugen is done. Let's see the full figure. Ta-da! Mugen from Samurai Champloo Custom is now done. This build was a very straightforward and fairly on the easy side of things. I wanted to keep it as clean as I can, especially with the clothing, and I love how the clothing came out. I think it looks great on the figure. I'm just overall very happy of the outcome of this project. Let's take a closer look at the sword and the sheath. So I've added the unique mustard sheath handle onto the maroon sheath, and I've added these gold trims for details. And of course, the sword can be easily taken out because it's the paper straw sheath, so I'm very happy with that. And let's look at the feet for the Japanese wooden slippers. I think they came out great. Colored them brown and added synthetic leather black straps for the details. And let's take a closer look at the alternate head sculpts. So two of the requested head sculpts, one is just like a lazy, laid back face, and the other one is more of the angry with a damaged or weathered face. I tried to copy it as much as I can because the animation is a very unique one, but I think it came out great. It looks badass on him. So let's put the sheath back on and put the sword in his hand, and bam! Mugen. I love how this figure came out. I hope you guys enjoyed. This one's very simple, very straightforward, but I think he came out very clean and looking badass. If you guys enjoy my videos, please do consider subscribing, hit that notification bell, and also if you want to support me, I have my Patreon link down in the description below. And let's jump straight to action poses.